Welcome back to yet another winning edition of the morning after. Though it's in the afternoon, it was a little bit of a rough morning. The Winnipeg Jets advanced to 6-0 and remain the NHL's only undefeated team. Though this one there was a bit more cracks in it than what we've seen so far, as to be expected over the course of the year. Let's get into some of it. First off, we just got to talk about Connor Hellebuyck. Another brilliant showing from the future Hall of Famer. I thought he was hands down the number one star for the Winnipeg Jets, especially down the stretch when things came undone at times. He made some awfully big saves. We're so lucky, man, when it comes to Connor Hellebuyck. I really don't know what to say. The power play continued to be the spark plug for this team offensively, as Nino Niederreiter with a very nice tip. The way he redirects it's awfully impressive. Neil Pionk clearly shoots for the tip for his 6th point in 6 games. Can't say I saw that one coming. Good start. And Cole Perfetti with a second assist. Speaking of Cole Perfetti, now up to 7 points in 6 games. He was in on all 3 of the Winnipeg Jets goals last night. Clearly my second star in this one. That bridge deal is going to get awfully expensive if he keeps this up. Someone was saying that, but it's early. It's way too early for that kind of conclusion. Great to see him shake off the rust early and really producing for the Winnipeg Jets. Another shout out to Colin Miller. Gets his first of the year. And what a bomb. What a fucking bomb this man has. Kyle Connor scores in his 4th straight off the stick of Dylan Sandberg and Cole Perfetti on the second assist. This one came on a bit of a look as Ehlers changed early, with Kyle Connor playing the end of the shift with Nemestikov and Perfetti. Something I'm keen on seeing at some point in a bigger realm. The release from Kyle Connor is just gorgeous to watch. Beats Binnington short side. That's what he gets paid to do, and he did it well there. Been praising Scotty Arniel, but one takeaway I had last night was how he handled the bench down the stretch. Can't say I loved him throwing Mark Scheifele and Kyle Connor, his 2 worst defensive forwards, both of which, the top line, we'll get into more of them as the season goes on, because it hasn't been what people are talking about. They're now losing their 5-on-5 minutes 4-1. They were on for both St. Louis's goals. And then Scott Arniel rewards them in the last 2 minutes. And not only does he reward them, he bumps Gabe Vilardi off their line while holding the lead. My issue with that, I think Gabe Vilardi needs to get going offensively, but he is the defensive conscience on that line. You're up a goal trying to hold it. Hell, I would have actually liked to see the Kapari Iafallo Baron minutes line get some reward for what they've been doing for this team and the identity they've created. Just a little thing to watch going forward. I think it's playing with fire, up a goal, and trusting those 2 players to kill a game. Didn't cost them last night, but we saw Rasmus Kupari check back into the lineup for David Gustafsson, who I've liked Kupari's start. There's a lot of confidence there. I saw a little bit of some of the defensive stuff that would cost him last year, where he'd overcommit, overrun one direction, though. To his credit, on one of those plays, stops and uses his speed to get back in between the net and the forward coming out of the corner. So, liking where his game's gone, that IFL Kupari Baron unit's been a solid 4th line for the Winnipeg Jets. Logan Stanley stayed in for Hayden Fleury. Not loving that decision. I thought he had some better breakouts early in this one, but I thought the game fell apart for him again. He's really asking Colin Miller to carry a big load right now, and it is what it is at this point. Another interesting thing on coaching that we're going to monitor as this year goes on, how the minutes were adjusted. And I know Ozzy Fromm, who's going to be watching this, has been someone that's really liked Arniel's feel for in-game, and I thought yesterday was kind of an example for that, looking at the minutes. I'm wondering if this is a on the road versus at home usage, or if he just didn't love the Lowry unit. But the Lowry unit, which has been his second line, played amongst or not Lowry himself, but the wingers played lesser minutes than we're used to seeing. Nick Ehlers saw an increase in ice time, and so did Cole Perfetti, and it paid off. Next up, Seattle, Thursday. Can they go to 7-0-0? We'll be talking all about it post-game. It's going to be a late one at the landing strip, twitch.tv/Topline Media. Last night we had the most callers, most chatters, most viewers at a time. It's growing 6 games in. The vibes are high. But don't just take my word from it. Bullsy jumped in for the first time last night, and he was very active in the chat. It was great to hear from him. And Tristan's been coming virtually every game. He's looking forward to calling the next couple of games. The vibes are high in the post-game show. Feel free to stop in.